Hey, what's up YouTube? So, I figured I'd get on here and give you guys an update on all my reptiles and what's been going on here with everything. I know I haven't been on to make any recent videos in a couple of months because I've been really busy. I moved into my own place. And I started college full-time, and that's kept me quite busy. Right here, what you're looking at, this is Anastasia. She is my female Alsace chameleon. She's such a pretty girl, aren't you? She is going to a new home tomorrow. I will be sending her to my friends Elliot and Sandy at Chameleons Northwest, along with her boyfriend Dimitri. I have decided not to work with this species. I just, with college, I really don't have much time to do it, because I'm pretty busy with all the geckos and the tree monitors and all that. So she's going to a good home, and they will start breeding them, which is going to be pretty awesome. I do have some sad news. Those of you that follow my videos and the reptiles that I rescue, the one chameleon, who is also another Alsace chameleon, his name is Rex. He passed away not too long ago. He had 3 fungal infections going on that I treated 3 times. Unfortunately, the infection just took over and he died. So that was pretty heartbreaking. Yep, definitely bawled my eyes out there. He was a really awesome chameleon. Probably I don't know, the best personality in a chameleon I've ever seen. I do want to talk about metabolic bone disease. So I get a lot of messages that are asking for help with reptiles and metabolic bone disease. What you should do, first and foremost, is take your reptile to a reptile veterinarian. It's important to do this so that you can get liquid calcium. Liquid calcium is like the best way to cure metabolic bone disease. What the vet will do, they will take your reptile, they will weigh it on a scale, and then they will give you a dosage amount to give to your reptile every day for about a month. You take this liquid calcium and you put it in a syringe and you just squirt it in their mouth once a day. To prevent metabolic bone disease, you really do need to keep up with your calcium supplementation, your UV lighting, and the heat source. You need to make sure that your temperatures are correct, because if you keep your reptile too cold, even if you have the UV lights and the calcium, they won't be able to metabolize the calcium that they're receiving in their diet. And that can also lead to metabolic bone disease. Now, the UV lights, if you don't know, you need to change them out every 6 months, because even though the light is still coming off of the bulb, the UV will actually decay that's coming out. The beneficial stuff that the reptiles need to make vitamin D in their skin. It's a process called vitamin D synthesis. Right in their skin. Now they need that vitamin D, otherwise they can't absorb the calcium that you're giving them in their diet. Okay, so it's very important to have UV lights. For the nocturnal reptiles, when you're not using a UV light, you want to make sure that your calcium supplementation has vitamin D3 in it, and it will say it on the label. So that's another way that they can get the D3. But with the diurnal reptiles, the ones that are awake and active in the day, I strongly suggest using a UV light, and then using the calcium, and then also, of course, reptile vitamins. You want to use those like once a month, and with everything, the nocturnal and the diurnal. I usually dust my reptiles' insects with calcium once a week. I've had blood levels done on many of my reptiles, and that seems to work, you know, in conjunction with the UV light. I haven't had any issues. Oh, girlfriend. Now, I do want to show you what happens with metabolic bone disease if you don't catch it in time. I'm going to pause this right now, and I have two crested geckos I want to show you. A normal one, and then one that has, well, did have metabolic bone disease. Also, another note, once a reptile has metabolic bone disease, if they end up having any bone deformities, even though you treat the reptile for metabolic bone disease, those deformities will never go away. They are permanent. And it's actually quite sad. So I'm going to pause this and then I will show you. Alrighty. So this crested gecko, this is Firestar. As you can see, her tail is all crinkled up. You guys see that? And her back is all wacky looking, and yeah, pretty awful looking, huh? She had metabolic bone disease when she was a juvenile, a little baby, and became deformed like this. She does not have metabolic bone disease anymore, but like I said, whatever deformities happen are permanent. Here she is. Now I'll show you a normal one. I'll show you Phoenix. Phoenix I've had since she was a little baby. And she looks like a normal crested gecko. You guys see that? See, no back deformities, no tail deformities. Tail is nice and straight, not bumpy, lumpy. See that? And also she's a bigger gecko, because metabolic bone disease will stunt the growth of a young reptile if they have it when they're young. So here you go, here's the difference. Healthy crested, one that used to have metabolic bone disease. So it's very important that you research the care on your reptile to prevent this from happening. And again, if you think that your reptile has metabolic bone disease, take it to the veterinarian and get some liquid calcium. Make sure that everything in your cage is correct, like the lighting and the heat, and make sure that your supplementation is correct with the calcium and vitamins. And if you need any help, you know where to find me. Send me a message. Alrighty, so now for some updates on my critters, the rest of the critters. My green tree monitors have started breeding again, so that's pretty cool. I actually did try to take a video of it because I thought I was actually going to get actual copulation on film. That would have been pretty cool. But at the last minute, Jade decided she wasn't interested anymore and crawled away. Right now I'm actually holding one of my baby giant day geckos. I love these guys. They're so incredibly cute. Say hi to the camera. Such a pretty little baby. These guys are pretty awesome, just like their parents. Pretty friendly. I have about 5 baby giant day geckos now. I also have 3 tokay baby geckos. I don't even know how many crested geckos, a bunch. The yellow tree monitors are doing good. So are the blue tree monitors, and actually everything is doing pretty well. They've all adjusted and everything. I don't know, I can't really think of much else. I think that's about it for my updates. Yeah, I think so. I guess I'll have to show some videos of some more some more little babies. These guys are so cute. You're so cute. Alrighty, well, I guess I'll talk to you guys later.